Hello, everyone. I am Stephanie of YouTube Tips and More, where I try to make YouTube a bit easier for the beginner and the more seasoned YouTuber. Also, I am the creator and the host of Creatively Miss Me, Decorating on a Budget. That is my main channel. Now, before we jump into this, let's take care of a little business. Tonight's sponsor is $5 Jewelry Paradise, and the consultant is Terrie Donald. Now, I have her information linked down below. You can check out her web stores. She has a show that comes on the weekends, so you can look at her Facebook page for more information. Now, all that's down below, so I hope you check in and check out her store and peruse, as she says. Okay. Now, hi, Deborah. How are you? Now, today's topic is going to be I'm going to merge two. I'm going to talk about channel intros and end screens. Now, when I first started YouTube, channel intros, they were a hit or miss. And then when people started doing them, the time limit on them was more like 10 to 12 seconds to, and that was a fair game. I'm doing great, Deborah. So most people were doing them 10 to 12, maybe as many as 15 seconds to get one in. Now, as the years passed, I progressed in the way I did things. So what I'm going to show you, where is it at? I want to turn that off. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the different, excuse me, the different channel intros that I have done for my channel from 2019 up until now, because I was changing them, trying to fit in with what was going on and what I saw that was popular. So I want to show you the one I did. This one here is 2019. Now that one was about 15, maybe 18 seconds long. It was a bit long, but when you first started doing the intros, they were that long. And then this next one, that one was a really short one that I did trying to try things out. Then I tried this one. I had a love for butterflies, so everything at first had a butterfly in it, and I had to learn to let the butterfly go. Now, this one was from, I think, 2022. And then the next one I had was this long one. Now, as you know, the time changed, and the whole idea of the channel intro is to give them a brief scenario of what your channel is about. So if they're interested in seeing your channel, that little bit of information you give them that time will give them enough time to know if they want to view your channel. Now, it doesn't have to be very complicated. It can be very simple. Now, like I have the one I use now, I'm telling you, I had to really do a lot. I clicked the wrong button again. I had to really learn different techniques and different things to get it going. Now, this is the one I use now. Now, you see how quick that was? That one was really quick, and it's about, I want to say, maybe 3, maybe 5 seconds, if that long. They're making getting to the point now where it's like it's not called a intro, it's called a card now. So it's very, very small. And you get to show a little bit about your channel in that little time frame. And now what they're doing even more at the beginning of videos. Hey Stacy, now what they're doing on videos now is that they're doing um, a click, I want to say a little view of what you're going to see. You'll see in today's episode or in today's show, and they show clips of things that are going on in the video. And so they're doing that a lot more now. A lot of more people are doing that. Or they're doing like some of my videos where I sit at the front and I'll say, in today's episode, I will be doing a tablescape. So if you're interested in seeing what it's about, you know what to do. Stick around. You tell what your video is going to be mainly about, your topic. Or you use, like I said, the intro clips. Like I'd use them in some of my videos where I have at the bottom in today's episode, and it shows various different clips in the video. Now, I've noticed a lot of larger YouTubers. I've noticed it around on one lady in particular that I follow, and I noticed that she started doing that. And I thought it was very interesting that she was showing clips of what her video was about to get you kind of drawn in to see, oh, what was that about? Oh, she used that. Well, what did she use that for? And how did she use it? It gives them a clip to kind of like draw them in so they can see what your channel is about. Now, some people are still using the intros that run 12 to 15 seconds long. And if you notice in your analytics, sometimes when it gets to that point, people drop off and speed up and come to when your video starts. So pay attention to that if you have the 10 to 15 or 16-second intro. Because if you notice that drop off, and then you might need to shorten your intro or make it a card or make it a very small intro. Hi, Carol. So thank you, so that people will pay attention to your channel, because it's all about getting that hook to catch them, to pull them in so they can want to stay at your channel. Because it can be it can be difficult sometimes to get people to stay, but you have to have a way to draw them in. And one thing is your intro as they get into your video. The main thing to draw them in is your thumbnails, which we will talk more about in a couple of weeks. I'm going to do something on thumbnails the week after Mother's Day. I believe that's what I'm doing. And hi, Wendy. Thank you for coming. Now, the whole thing about channel intros is that it's just an introduction, and you want it to be, now they're making them even shorter. So they're about between 3 and 5 seconds long. And I mean, it has to be to the detail and to the point on your channel. You want to make it vibrant, where it's something they look at and they know that it's your channel, and they know automatically what your channel's about from a little bit of that clip. It's basically like I want to say like it's a card. It's more of like, now it used to be like a mini commercial, but now it's more of a card. So it's more like a cover sheet that comes up and says your channel name and blah, blah, blah. And then it goes into your video, because some intros are way too long. And I must admit, after 10 seconds on looking at an intro, I will clip on down on the video, because sometimes they are too long. And I have noticed that some people, I watched one yesterday, a video. Yeah, yesterday I watched a video, and their intro was about almost 20 seconds, almost a minute. It was 20 seconds, 20, 30 seconds, and it was rather long. Excuse me, I need to put a cough drop in my mouth. I go to the doctor on the 4th to deal with this cough. So you want to make your intros a little easier, a little shorter, and to the point. So it's kind of like I said, it's a card. Like mine's is basically a card, and I want to show you. Let me share the screen again to get back to it. Excuse me, y'all, for that snort. Now, mine is basically a card. And all it does, let me get to the beginning. It just shows my name, come up, and that's it. It's a card. It's basically you just putting, like, it could be your channel banner extended to be that. So they've really changed the way they're doing the channel intros now. They're making them shorter so people can get your information and go on into the video. Because some people say that do you feel it's really necessary to, well, an intro, if it's the long ones, no. But some intros, Stacy, are like you get on and you talk. Like I said earlier, in some of my videos, what I do is I get on and I say in today's episode, we're doing a tablescape. So if you're interested in seeing what I'm doing, you know what to do, stick around. That's your intro. You're basically telling your people what your video is about. And then you jump right into your video. So you don't necessarily have to have a card, because they're calling them cards now because they're making them small, between 2 and 3 seconds. So they're called cards now. And then the intro is the one that's longer, and YouTube is kind of getting away from the longer intros that are between 10 and 13. I've seen some as long as 30 seconds. So they're trying to get away from the longer intros. But speaking at the beginning to tell what your video is about, that's a great thing, because it draws people in and they know that your video is not gonna lag on and bore them. They'll see what you're doing and they'll go on with it. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk on today was end cards. Now, end cards are very important, y'all, because when you put up an end card, you're giving somebody the reason to check out another video on your channel. Now, I'm going to show you my end card. Let me get this away. Now, here's my end card. Excuse me. And all it does is just let them see that I have another video coming. If you want to see more, click the video here or the link below and you'll be blessed. Now, the end card is basically just to direct them to your next video or whatever video you want them to pay attention to. Now, as you see, I have mine that says the next video here, and it points to the one that you place there. Now, you know, when you get to the end of your video, when you're editing, you uploading it to YouTube, they'll ask you about an end card if you want to put an end screen in. And if you have one already added to your video when you edit, then you have to get your placement right with them, because they have several different placement settings at the end when you add a video. Now, what they also do is they also have different ones. You can have 1, 2, 3, however many you want on your screen. You can set it up that way. This is the best way to get someone to continue looking at your channel. Now, as my next arrow says, come on, computer. The video here or the link below. Now, when it points down to the link below, you know on your comments, you have a pin where you can pin a note in or pin a link to your next video. So the video that you have in your next spot, you can also put the code for it down and pin it. So if they don't click on the picture on your next, when they go down to your comment section, there is that video there pinned for them to say, hey, check out this video. I think you'll like it. And they can click on that link and go to your next video. So end cards are very important. Why am I froze? Okay, it froze on me. Well, let me out. End cards can be very, very important. They help you pull people in and check out more videos. Now, we all want more views. And with an end card, you can have someone see a video and say, oh yeah, I'm interested in that one. But what I always do, I always try to make the video that I want them to go look at. So for instance, I did my patio ideas. Now I can keep that one up and have people keep going to that video if that's the video I want to build up on views. Or I could pick the video I did before this one and put it there to get more views on it. It depends on you or what you want to put in that spot for people to view. End cards are more important than a lot of people use. A lot of people don't use end cards, and you need to use them. Trust me, it pulls in more views than you give it credit. Because when I started using end cards, I started seeing more people click on them and go look at more videos in my collection. And also, too, the thing that you need to also try to remember to use those cards. You know, the iCards when you upload your video. If you pick an iCard and you use an iCard, make sure your iCard is at the last 20 to 30 seconds of your video. Don't put your iCard at the beginning of your video. Now, if you talk about a certain thing in your video and say, I'm going to link the iCard here, then yes, put it there. But if you're doing the iCard to get somebody to draw them into more videos, you want that iCard to be closer to 20 to 30 seconds at the end of your video. That way, if they click on the card, that'll take them into that rabbit hole where they'll keep watching and watching and watching and watching more videos, and you'll get more views on your channel and maybe new subscribers. So those are three things that you really need to look into. A card or a channel intro, a small 2 to 3 second channel intro or a card. And then you need to make sure you're using your end screens, because your end screens are very important to get people in. And then your iCards. Now your iCards also, you could do a playlist or you can do a special specific video. Like in springtime when you do all the spring videos and you have them in a playlist. You can link that playlist to an iCard and put it at the last 20 to 30 seconds of your video, and somebody can click on it and they can look at all your spring videos. You can do that for the summer, for your tablescapes. But remember, when you link an iCard to other videos, try not to have more than maybe 10 videos or less in there for them to go down the rabbit hole. Because if it's 20 or 30, they're going to exit out. Try to make sure there's no more than maybe 10 in there. That way they can stick and watch that and give you that view time. You want them to go down the rabbit hole and keep watching your videos. Go from one to the next, to the next, to the next, to give you that view time. Everybody wants that view time. So remember your iCards, remember your end screens, and remember the channel intro or the voice intro where you talk and tell them about your video, and then say, like earlier, this in today's episode, I'm doing the tablescape. If you're interested in seeing how it turns out, you know what to do, stick around. And then have your transition where you say, okay, let's get to this tablescape. This tablescape is blah, 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 and go on into your video. Those are things that are very important and that we all need to work on, because I'm working on mine. I am far from perfect. Your girl is trying to get her things in order too, because I had a consultation this week with a guru, and he pointed out some things on my channel, and he also hit me over the head with some things I already knew, but I just wasn't implementing. So I'm working on doing some changes on the way I do my videos, my thumbnails, and some other things he suggested that I not do, that I'm going to have to discontinue them on my main channel. So it's a lot of things that Stephanie's going to be doing to upgrade her views on her channel, because I want my view level and the things to stay. I want the things I want things to grow and develop on my channel. So let's jump into these collabs for the month of May. Cooking, and it's hosted by Anna at the Grace Lifestyle. Hold on. On the 30th, we have Fit for Life Healthy Cooking, and it's hosted by Anna at the Grace Lifestyle DIY and Home Decor. And she does this every Sunday where you prepare a healthy meal where you include the recipe in the description. Also on the 30th, we have YouTube Tips and More show, and it's hosted by myself, Stephanie, at YouTube Tips and More. And what I do is I make YouTube a little bit easier for the beginner and the seasoned creator. Now we're going to run into May's collabs. On the 1st of May, we have 5 Under 5 DIY Challenge, and it's hosted by the Crafty Cove DIY and Farm Charm Chick. Yes, I read that slow, tongue twister. And they do this the first Monday of every month. On the 2nd, we have the 1 Hour of Power Declutter, and it's hosted by Jessica Rose. On the 2nd, we have the Tablescape Tuesday, and it's hosted by Anna at the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor and Courtney of Amethyst Adventures. They do this every Tuesday. On the 3rd, again, it's the upcoming event that starts in May. All right, the 3rd again, we have Wednesdays, Cozy Corner and Tea Party that's hosted by Grandma Sandy. On the 4th, we have the Fairy Garden Thursday, and this is hosted by Grandma Sandy. On the 4th, we have Getting to I Do, the book club, and it's hosted by Wani at Wani's house and Melissa at Melissa Lawrence. I know you'll enjoy this because we go deep into this book, and you'll really enjoy this club. On the 4th, we have Thursdays, and it's hosted by Turquoise Dream with Cherie. On the 5th, we have the Dream Team Live, and it's Dishing with the Divas. And our hosts are Wani at Wani's house, Kenya at Kenya's Decor Corner, Shalomi at Glamorous Penny Pincher, Felissa at Homebody by Felissa, Shakita at Style by Shakita, and Bree at Martin Living with Bree. On the 5th, we have Foodie Friday. It's hosted by Small Town 6 and Jessica Rose. Also on the 5th, we have Fun Time Friday, and it's hosted by the Broke Girls Aesthetics. I cannot say that word every time. It's the first Friday of the month. On the 7th, we have Fit for Life, Healthy Cooking, and it's hosted by Anna at Grace Life Lifestyle Home and Decor. She does this every Sunday. On the 7th, we have YouTube Tips and More, and it's hosted by myself, Stephanie, at YouTube Tips and More, where I make YouTube a little easier for the beginner and the seasoned creator. On the 9th, we have Tablescape Tuesday with Anna at Grace Lifestyle DIY and Home Decor and Courtney at Amethyst Adventures. On the 10th, we have the upcoming event in May. I'm so ready for that event. It'll be sometime this month in May. And on the 10th, we have Wednesday Cozy Corner Tea Party, and it's hosted by Grandma Sandy. On the 11th, we have the Fairy Garden Thursday, and it's hosted by Grandma Sandy. On the 11th, we're still doing the book club, and I think by this time we might be into our new book. So I'm going to take the title off of this one and just have the book club that is hosted by Wani and Melissa at Wani's house and Melissa at Melissa Lawrence. I know you'll like her channel. New young upcoming YouTuber. I know you'll like her. I really do. On the 11th, we have Thursdays, and it is hosted by Turquoise Dreaming with Cherie. On the 12th, we have the Dream Team Dishing with the Divas, and the hosts are Wani, Kenya, Shalomi, Florissa, Shakita, and Bree. On the 13th, we have the monthly Thrift Flip Road Trip, and it is hosted by our Green Acres and the Crafting Cousins. They do this on the second Saturday of every month. On the 14th, we have Fit for Life, Healthy Cooking, hosted by Anna, and the Grace Lifestyle DIY and Home Decor. At May 21st, we have Here's Your Crown Women Supporting Women. It is hosted by Connie at Creative Creations and Six Kids and a Glue Gun. They do this the third Monday of every month. Next on the 21st, we have Fit for Life Healthy Cooking. It is hosted by Anna at the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor. Also on the 21st, we have Sundays YouTube Live with Penny, and it's hosted by Penny at Penny's Lifestyle Living. On the 21st, we have Sundays YouTube Live with Penny, and it's hosted by Penny at Penny's Lifestyle Living. Also on the 21st, we also have YouTube Tips and More show, and it's hosted by myself, Stephanie, at YouTube Tips and More. And this is to and what I do is I make YouTube easier for the beginner and the more seasoned creator. On the 23rd, we have Tablescape Tuesdays, and it is hosted by Anna at the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor and Courtney at Amethyst Adventures. Okay, on the 23rd of May, we have the Tablescape Tuesday with Anna at the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor and Courtney at Amethyst Adventures. On the 24th, we'll still be having that event in May. On the 24th, we have Wednesday's Cozy Corner and Tea Party with Grandma Sandy. Now, she said to upload your video anytime because of international channels. On the 24th, and it is hosted by Grandma Sandy. See her channel for more information. On the 25th, we have the book club with Wani at Wani's house and Melissa at Melissa Lawrence. On the 25th, we have Thirsty Thursday, and it's hosted by Turquoise Dreaming with Cherie. She does this every Thursday. On the 26th, we have the Fourth Friday DIY. It is hosted by Juju B DIY and Our Great House. On the 26th, we have the Dream Team Live. It is Dishing with the Divas. And your host is Wani, Kenya, Shalomi, Florissa, Shakira, and Bree. On the 26th, we have Let's Go Through the Things We Love the Most and Share. And this is hosted by Jessica Myros. On the 28th, we have Fit for Life for Healthy Cooking by Anna at the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor. Also on the 28th, we have Sundays YouTube Live with Penny, and our host is Penny at Penny's Lifestyle Living. Also on the 28th, we have What Would You Make? And it is hosted by OK at the Home DIY and Connie Creative Creations. They do this the fourth Sunday of every month. On the 28th, we have YouTube Tips and More show, and it's hosted by myself, Stephanie, at YouTube Tips and More, where I try to make YouTube a little easier for the beginner and the more seasoned creators. Also, on the 30th, we have 1 Hour of Power Declutter, and it's hosted by Jessica at Jessica Myros. She does this the first Tuesday and the last Tuesday of the month. Also on the 30th, we have the Tablescape Tuesdays, and it is hosted by Anna at the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor and Courtney at Amethyst Adventures. On the 31st, we have the upcoming event for May. On the 31st, we have Wednesday's Cozy Corner and Tea Party, and it's hosted by Grandma Sandy. And that looks like that's all of our challenges for May and the last of April. So now, if there are any challenges that were not listed that you are aware of, please let me know so I can add them to this list. Now, this list is also listed in my community tab. You'll see that if you go down and look, you'll see an envelope, and the envelope has like April 30th to whatever, or May to May 30th. You know, it has the dates on there to let you know what month of the collab is. Now, as I get new information for collabs, I do update the community tab. And also I put the invitations also in the calendar. So if you're getting the calendar alerts from me and you would like, if you're not getting them and you would like to, what it is you email me, and you email me at, let me put my thing up so you know what to email me. You email me at creativelymsme at gmail.com, and I will add you to the list. Now, what this does is those collabs that I put in the community tab, they also get sent to your calendar on your phone. So this way, when you have your phone, you can also have the alerts come up to remind you that a challenge is coming or a challenge is starting, whichever it may be. It's all comes up to your phone. Yes, Deborah, you did post. I saw the invite video, and I need to add that to the calendar and to the community tab. But I'm just saying you didn't email me the information, so I can go ahead and have it ahead of time. I used to get them in my calendar, but not anymore. Stacy, what I'll do is I will go to the, let me look right now. Let's see, I did that with, what it is that the calendars is what I have on is through Google Calendar. So when I get a collaboration or whatever, and I'll put the information in, I can add you to that. Let me get to the Google. I hit the wrong thing. I always click on the calendar. Gladys, I don't know why I keep calling you Stacy. I do not know why I keep doing that. And I'm sorry, it's not intentionally. I need to start doing some thrifting. You know what, Carol? I need to get back into my thrifting. I miss it. Let's see. I'm going to my settings, and where I have YouTube information. Let's see. You look for your email. See, I need my glasses on. Let's see. Yeah, here you are, Gladys. Let me see what it's saying. Gladys, what I'll do is I'll delete the one I have here. I have the email address, ggfaison09 at gmail. Is that still your email address? I might have to, because Stacy keeps popping in my mind. It could be my brother. So I need to check both to see if they're okay. Okay, Gigi, I sent you an alert to your email so you can add it back in. I just sent it. So if you're interested in having the challenges come to your phone, let me know. Email me at creativelymsme at gmail.com, and I will add you onto the list. When you get an email, the email will come from H&H Designs, and it'll ask you when you open it, do you want to be added to the calendar? All you have to do is go in and click yes or accept, whichever it is. And then automatically after you do that, all the events that I have in the calendar will come to your calendar. All the events for YouTube will come to your calendar. So if you're interested in that, let me know and I will add you on so you can get it. Because it's handy to me because it helps me remember as well. But I do look at my community tab to make sure I try to keep it up to date. When I get a new event sent to me or I see one online, I try to go in and add it to the calendar and to the community tab to keep you guys up to date with the upcoming challenges. And I want to thank everyone for coming on here tonight to listen to me babble about channel intros, end screens, and the icons, because those things also get pull you in views, and sometimes those things will help you get new members. And I thank you all for coming on tonight and listen to me babble. If you missed it, go back to the beginning in the replay and watch it and learn about the channel intros and how YouTube is changing things with those. I also want to thank my people that come on in the replay, because replay, y'all rock. Y'all really come for a girl on the replay, and I really appreciate that. You are so welcome, Deborah. Thank you, Carol. All I try to do is when I learn something new, I try to make sure I share it as much as I can with everyone, so you'll know what things are changing and what things are things that you could get help with. One thing I want to integrate again is when you're filming with your phone or a camera, when you're talking to the screen, look at the lens of the camera. Look at the camera. If you have a camera that has that flip on it, don't look at yourself in it, because it looks like you're looking away. If you look directly at the lens of the camera, you'll make your audience feel that you're talking directly to them. But if you look at the picture itself, your screen, then you're not looking at your audience. And I do that a lot when I do lives. But you need to look at your camera. If you look at your camera, your audience feels like you're directly talking to them one-on-one. So remember that. And again, I want to thank you all for coming, and I want to thank you all in the replay, and you all have a blessed Sunday. Bye-bye. Thank you, Gladys.